If you haven't finished playing God of War Ragnarok yet, then abandon your computer immediately because it will self-destruct in 5 seconds. In other words, there's some spoilers ahead. Okay, so, quick summary. Kratos and Atreus think Tyr is dead. They find him, he turns out to be Odin, mimicking Tyr, and then they go and, like the wacky guys they are, they put his soul in a cute little ball, and Sindri destroys it because the intrusive thoughts won. And in the DLC, you can hang out with Tyr. Well, the real one. Not the retired dentist. But let's get real. Tyr from Valhalla is actually Odin. My #1 reason for that being, I was playing New Game Plus, when you can imagine how I dropped my crippies when I heard the first thing Kratos says to Tyr.
Are you not a leader of men? Master yourself!
When he goes to the doors of Valhalla, it says master thyself.
To be one's own master.
Master thyself.
A more poetic way of putting it, but yeah.
This was before he entered Valhalla, so it wasn't talking about deep psychological stuff from his mind yet. Also, the Valkyries said that only the Valkyries know of Valhalla's entrance, and only one other person too. Odin. The little retired dentist man, I knew it, he's so sus. Also, Odin has ice and fire abilities, and so does Tyr, and his son Baldur. So there's a trend going on there, just saying. Plus, Queen Snooki Bliss, subscribe. In this cutscene, where Atreus is showing Kratos secret prophecies, prophecy says Tyr fights Odin. Most of the prophecies actually came true. Not all of them, though, like the one that happened with Surtur. So there's that to consider. But the Tyr prophecy, where he fights Odin, that could be talking of the past or the far future, but Tyr is probably dead.
Is this the past or the future?
Depends when you're looking at it.
I think what's supposed to be the real Tyr in Valhalla is still Odin, which would be the smartest and best disguise. Perhaps Tyr did die, making him a soulless being so Odin could possess him. The ball is basically just a soul capsule, not meaning that he has died simply from it being destroyed, but rather he's free now to go. Or, well, in this case, possess who he'd like as long as the said being is soulless. If Odin is Tyr from Valhalla as well, and is helping Kratos, well, that begs the question, why would Odin help Kratos? Even Kratos asked the same thing, and even though he gave the unquestionable reply of,
Why?
Because I can.
I dare to question it anyway. And I mean more than saying he's Odin because the fake one and the supposed real one meditate, and they can also both move. Perhaps Odin is trying to train against Kratos, or for now, until he builds his people back up and is going into hiding as Tyr. Maybe he thinks he can trick Valhalla by pretending not to be Odin because Odin actually did come to Valhalla once and try to better himself so he could fight the Valkyries, which none other than the supposed real Tyr told us that. And you have to wonder, if he's just here because he gave Kratos an invite, how does he know all this about Odin's personal life? And perhaps because Atreus wouldn't shut up about how him and his dad have fought Valkyries all of Ragnarok, and considering Odin sent Valkyries after them and they came out of it just fine, maybe he thinks if he can train against Kratos and win, he can win against the Valkyries as well as Kratos, and finally be able to rule over everybody without a threat, so he has no distractions when trying to piece back together the mask. Or maybe Odin is actually Kratos' son. That was a joke. If I actually thought that, you'd think I would be stupid enough to call Odin Oding, which for some reason I actually spelled it like that several times while writing the script. But there was something else about this whole thing that was missing. So I took some pictures, and honestly, a lot of pointless ones, and a lot of scary ones, and some happy ones. Look at how cute he looks. And also, summon Odin's office, with the flash on while he was standing in the doorway.
Loki, Walk with me, please.
And with my skibbity toilet camera, I found something that tied this theory together. This picture. And no, I'm not talking about his mac and cheese scented candles. It's this raven, obviously. In both Norse mythology and God of War, even with slight differences between the two, the ravens have always held a high place of symbolism for Odin. In the modern God of War games, having to kill all of Odin's ravens, and also the constant mention of them to this very picture here. But how is this relevant? Well, this is what Tyr looked like when Odin was pretending to be him. And this is what they'd have you believe the real Tyr looks like in Valhalla. Lots of similarities, sure. But for both, he carries the raven. Out of 3 other metals, the raven in particular stands out because it's golden. And not only that, but it's surrounded in the same circle with the same design all around. This, as of current, is the best proof I have that Odin is not only still alive, but very well. Or maybe I'm still in denial that I committed elder abuse. Anyways, I'm not a theory channel now or anything like that. I just thought it would be fun to try it out for a video because you can make a video off of anything on YouTube. And it's healthy to exercise your creativity from time to time. Remember, if you ever want to try something new, you can. Nobody is stopping you from having fun. And it's healthy to change your pace now and then. But with that said, this has been my first and last theory video. So, take care of yourselves, have a decent day, and stay determined, out of the way.